Oh yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises.
Welcome to the Hollow Drift, where we journey through the eerie and the unexplained. From strange disappearances to mysteries that keep us awake at night, we uncover the stories that leave you questioning everything. If you're intrigued by the unknown, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and like the video. Let's begin the descent. Kevin Davis and the loss of Kimberly Hill. In 2014, Kevin Davis, an 18-year-old from Corpus Christi, Texas, was arrested for the death of his mother, Kimberly Hill. During his interrogation, Davis admitted to harming her after an argument, using a blunt object in a series of violent actions. His demeanor during the questioning was detached, providing investigators with unsettling details about his motives and actions. What made this case particularly disturbing was Davis's admission of actions after the incident that revealed a deeper psychological struggle. The interrogation became a harrowing glimpse into his state of mind, leaving both investigators and the public shaken.
Strangler with a cord, a ripped cord from a video game console controller. That didn't work. I went to her room, opened a drawer at the very bottom to the right. I pulled out a hammer. I went back in the living room, and well, you kind of get the gist from there. And she was out pretty quickly. Kind of tried to play dead at first, but then I finished it.
You're still alive?
She was still alive.
And you went in there and you kind of grabbed those brains?
Yeah.
So that's when you reached in and grabbed the brain?
Yeah, I kicked at it a bit. Then I just, that was kind of silly, but then yeah, I just decided to reach in and kind of just do it.
And then what did you do after that?
Then I had her corpse.
You did? Okay. Did you?
I did, actually.
Have you ever done that before, like had sex with her?
No, I haven't, actually.
This is just the first time?
Oh yeah, I lost my virginity to a corpse.
Grant Amato, a 29-year-old from Florida, became the focus of a tragic case involving family conflict and financial ruin. After losing his job, Amato began spending large sums of money on a virtual relationship with an online model. The amount, estimated to be over $200,000, was taken from his family's savings, leading to a severe rift. In 2019, when his family confronted him and set boundaries to end his behavior, Amato reacted with devastating violence. His calm demeanor during the investigation contrasted sharply with the tragedy that had unfolded, making the case a haunting example of unchecked obsession.
He would allow me to spend money that he had, with his credit card or something like that.
And what were you buying with it?
I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's, as embarrassing as it is, she's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay, where's she at?
She lives in Bulgaria.
Okay.
So what would you give her money for?
Just for the time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was just that type of thing.
And what did she charge?
$600 for the chatting like that.
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah, probably close to $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And Cody didn't shoot your dad. We know Cody didn't shoot your mom. We know Cody didn't shoot himself.
And you still haven't asked us the condition of them or anything.
That's because I don't know what the normal proceedings are, but I don't...
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father, who did this to your family?
Oh, I didn't do any of this.
Gregory Ramos, a teen's fatal decision. In 2018, Gregory Ramos, a 15-year-old from Florida, was involved in a tragic family incident following an argument about school performance. Investigators discovered that Ramos had acted impulsively, resulting in the loss of his mother, Gail Clevenger. He then attempted to conceal the event by creating a staged scenario and involving others to assist in covering up the truth. The most unsettling aspect of this case was Ramos's unemotional recounting of the events, which left investigators and the community grappling with the gravity of his actions. Sentenced in 2021, the case underscored the tragic consequences of a single, irrevocable choice.
It's whatever. Alright, I'll tell you what happened. Alright, so I got home, I got in an argument with my mom, she slapped me across the face, she began to hit me, she started beating me, I didn't like it, so I strangled her to death. Alright? I put her in a wheelbarrow, I put her in my car, I took the car, I had a mental breakdown where I almost committed suicide 3 times, I drove around Daytona, I dropped the wheelbarrow in some random ass location, and then I drove back to the church, I began to dig a hole. I dig a hole right under the fucking fire pit. I dug a pretty deep hole, pretty deep, deep enough to put a bit of body in, alright? All this time my mom's decomposing body, I dragged it from my car to the fire pit, in which case I tried to cut the wedding ring off her finger because I wanted to pawn it, but I couldn't because I didn't have a knife strong enough to cut bones. Oh well, whatever. Anyways, so I dug that hole, threw her body in there, filled it back in, made it look all nice and natural, dumped my clothes, and then I went home.
Stephen McDaniel's police interrogation stands out as one of the most chilling and unsettling moments in true crime history, particularly because of how eerily still he remained during questioning. McDaniel had just been arrested for the murder of his neighbour Lauren Giddings, and his behaviour during the interview immediately struck investigators and the public alike. Throughout the interrogation, McDaniel sat motionless, showing little to no emotion as he was confronted with evidence linking him to the crime. While the detectives were trying to extract information, McDaniel appeared almost robotic, giving off a cold and detached demeanour. His face remained expressionless, and his body language was stiff and unnervingly calm. Even as he answered questions about his actions on the night of the murder, he did so in a manner that was void of the usual signs of stress, guilt, or remorse that are typically associated with such serious crimes. At one point during the interview, McDaniel even went so far as to offer a strange smile when asked about Lauren's disappearance. His unsettling stillness, combined with moments of seemingly inappropriate reactions, left investigators questioning whether he was hiding a deeper, darker secret, or if he was simply indifferent to the gravity of the situation. His behaviour in the interrogation room became a key part of the investigation, as it seemed to paint a picture of someone capable of a brutal crime without a typical emotional response. It was as if McDaniel was numb to the consequences of his actions, which further unsettled those trying to understand his motive. Jose Martinez, a self-proclaimed contract killer, shocked detectives with his candidness in a 2013 interrogation. Known as El Mano Negra, Martinez admitted to over 30 murders, each carried out with chilling precision. One particularly unsettling confession involved killing a man for parking in his driveway, an act he described as just another job. Martinez's lack of remorse and vivid descriptions made this one of the most unsettling interviews ever recorded.
And I told him, man, whenever you come to my house, don't park your truck on my driveway. You can come as many times you want, but park on the street. 2 weeks later, he parked his stupid truck on my driveway. The third time, this happens about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I told him, man, can you give me a ride to the store? He said, sure, okay. Then, can I drive your truck? I like your truck. He said, yeah, go ahead. I told him, didn't I tell you not to park in my driveway? And he said he didn't listen to nobody except his mother. Okay. I took my gun and shot him so he can listen to me next time. I went and threw his fucking body in the oranges, okay? I heard that his mother was going crazy. She wanted her son, dead or alive, and I feel sorry for what I did. I say I have a mother too, and I don't want her to be in the same shoes as he is.
In 2004, Brian Coey II was apprehended for the brutal murder of a homeless man. During his interrogation, Coey spoke with startling nonchalance, describing the act as surprisingly easy. His casual recounting of the violence revealed a lack of empathy that stunned investigators. Coey's interview stands as a disturbing look at the darker side of human behavior.
So, because I'm already going to jail for 15 years probably.
I have no idea.
Because
we're at the beginning.
It's murder. I'm going to jail for 20 probably. Yeah, it was the night of February 27th. It was a full moon. And I figured I could see so well, why not drive out? I am in a bad state of mind at that time. And I'm cruising around for an hour and a half. So I fill up on gas halfway through. And I'm eventually driving underneath the bridge near the sheriff's office.
So we were at the bridge?
Yes, I was at the bridge. I was cruising. There was a road underneath, right? Under the overpass. And I was driving along, and I see a shape here on the railway track. So I'm like, oh, interesting. So I go up, and as I'm looking, I see a large thing wrapped in a canvas.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's a homeless person. So I grab my knife, I put on 3 layers of gloves, because plastic gloves can betray their users because they're so thin with vinyl gloves by putting your fingerprints through. So I put on 2, 3 on one hand. I took the knife, I pulled back the canvas, and I stabbed his neck.
Okay.
He was panicking at first in his old man voice. He was in his 50s. I know why I call him old man. He was saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why?" And I just kept on stabbing his neck. It's okay if I do a demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
This is him. I was straddled on top of him like this.
Okay.
And he couldn't fight back. It was actually surprisingly easy. I was barely breaking a sweat. And during the time, I was growling and making animalistic noises.
David Fuller, an electrician employed at hospitals in Kent, England, was exposed as one of the UK's most shocking criminals. Over the course of his career, Fuller recorded himself violating the remains of over 100 female patients, ranging in age from children to the elderly. His crimes only came to light after he was arrested for 2 murders in 2021. Fuller's actions, revealed in interrogation, highlighted an abuse of trust that devastated families and communities.
We know that.
I want to admit it. I am admitting the offences, but I don't really want to go into detail.
Yeah. Okay.
We appreciate that.
And what offences are you admitting, David?
As you've just described to me.
Okay. In terms of the sexual penetration of corpses? Okay. Have you been recording yourself doing those things? Recording yourself sexually penetrating the corpses?
Admit that offences.
Yeah. Okay. Did you record who they were? Any details on the hard drive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Did you record their names?
Yes.
Okay. Did you record their ages?
Yes.
Okay. David, this is probably the hardest question. Alright? Or the hardest one for you to answer. I want you to try and feel comfortable answering it. Why did you record what was going on?
I don't know why.
Derrick Rosa, a 13-year-old, was arrested for murdering his mother. In his police interview, he remained unnervingly calm, describing the murder with little emotion. His detachment during the interrogation added to the chilling nature of the crime, leaving investigators stunned. The case raised questions about his mental state and whether he should be tried as an adult or treated as a juvenile.
Why did you stab your mom?
Can you go to the bathroom before I answer that?
Yes. You guys explain to me about the apartment. You have your own room?
Yes.
And your mom?
Yes, she has her own room.
She has her own room. And your sister?
She stays in the same room as my mom.
Stays in the same room with your mom? And tonight, who was all there?
Me, my mom, and my sister.
Killed her? Alright. What type of knife was it? Do you know?
It was just a big size kitchen knife.
That big?
Yeah.
What color was the handle?
Purple.
Purple?
Yes.
Okay. Your mom was sleeping?
Yeah, she was sleeping.
Okay. Okay.
I intended to kill myself before, but I couldn't.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I decided to call my friends to tell them what happened, and then I said goodbye to my friends.
You called them before you decided to try to shoot yourself, or afterwards?
After.
Okay. Did you send them any pictures?
Yes.
How many pictures did you send them?
I sent them 2 of my mom and 1 of me.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I was going to show myself, but I said I didn't want to do that, and I called 911.
Okay.
Angela Stoldt's interrogation became infamous for her reenactment of the crime she committed. In a dramatic recounting, Stoldt described using an ice pick to defend herself against James Farfane. The graphic details, paired with her demeanour, blurred the line between self-defence and intent, leaving investigators with more questions than answers. Angela Stoldt committed a horrifying crime in which she killed her friend James Schieffer and then attempted to destroy evidence by using extreme and calculated methods to dispose of his remains. She dismembered him and attempted to cook certain parts in an effort to eliminate forensic evidence. Her actions were part of a deliberate attempt to cover up the murder, which ultimately failed and led to her conviction.
I just grabbed the first thing I could, and...
What was it?
It was an ice pick.
Okay.
I wrapped my hand around it, and this hand was coming towards my face.
And I still got this hand over here like this, right?
And
okay.
I went like that with it.
Okay, so I was coming at you, or Jimmy was coming at you.
Yes.
I got you like this, and I'm moving towards you, and you took the pick and stuck it in my right eye?
Yes, sir.
And what did Jimmy do? Did he release you?
No.
He's still coming at, still here and still coming. What do you do with this hand? Did he hit your face? Did he hit you in the shoulder? What do you do?
This hand comes up and does that number like that.
Okay, and meanwhile, the ice pick is still in Jimmy's eye. Okay.
And then, I don't know how deep it was. I don't even know if it was that deep.
Okay.
Taylor Schabusiness's police interview following the murder of Shad Therian is particularly disturbing due to her detached demeanour and unsettling comments about the gruesome crime. She spoke in detail about the events leading to Therian's death, demonstrating a shocking lack of remorse. Her chilling calmness throughout the interrogation, paired with the horrific nature of the crime, makes the interview deeply unnerving. Her behaviour highlighted her disconnection from the gravity of her actions, leaving investigators and the public alike horrified by her apparent indifference.
But when did you start, cutting up his body?
Like almost right away. I was sucking and cutting at the same time.
Okay. But what about the rest of his body parts? Did that take all day? Did you?
I was getting pissed off at the dismemberment process, actually.
Did it take a while? It took a while?
Yeah, because I was nodding out. So
Okay, so you're kind of sleeping, kind of nodding in and out. Have you taken any other drugs?
I should have took drugs. I probably would have helped.
Thank you for joining us as we explored 10 of the most chilling police interviews ever captured on camera. These cases give us a haunting look into human nature and the actions that defy understanding. For me, Kevin Davis's interview stood out as the most disturbing. It's one I won't soon forget. Let us know in the comments which case left you most unsettled. If you'd like to see a part 2 with even more haunting cases, let us know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true crime content.